Again in damage control after another disastrous inflation report. Consumer prices soared 8.6% in May from a year ago, the fastest increase in over 40 years. No relief in sight for Americans. Biden, though, offering no solutions while at the Port of Los Angeles, instead blaming Putin for the millionth time and threatening to physically fight shipping companies.
But we've never seen anything like Putin's tax on both food and gas. Every once in a while, something you learn makes you viscerally angry. Like if you had the person in front of you, you'd want to top them. There are nine major ocean line shipping companies that ship from Asia to the United States. 9. They form 3 consortia. These companies have raised their prices by as much as 1,000%. That's why I called on Congress to crack down on their foreign-owned shipping companies that raise their prices while raking in
physically fighting shipping companies. Pop them. You know, since this spiral of record inflation has begun, President Biden has blamed a consortium of big meat, big oil, and now big shipping. And I would suggest to him, if he's trying to explain away economy-wide inflation, Jessica, he has a few more industries to go because this is affecting everything.
The list is crazy. I just have some of the numbers. You know, groceries up 12%, chicken up 17.4%, airfare up 37.8%. I just went to book a trip, and we are not taking that trip. Rent up 5.2%, gas 48.7%. It's bad all around. Inflation is a global problem right now, and the president did reference that, but this is obviously a nightmare for the average American.
Judge?
I was hoping you'd say that.
It's my gift to you after the
Thank you. Joe Biden keeps telling us inflation is a global problem. Everyone else is experiencing it. And you know what? That's a lie. I'll tell you why. Because not everybody has the same inflation numbers we do, and we only got 8% of our gas from Russia to begin with, and I don't think it's that number now anymore. I'll tell you who's got a lot lower inflation than the United States. China, no kidding, Saudi Arabia, Japan, Switzerland, Indonesia, Australia, France, Singapore, South Korea, South Africa, all below 6%. We're at 8.6 and rising. And you know what? If he weren't so incompetent, we wouldn't be at that level. If he weren't so favorable to China taking off the tariffs, or favorable to Russia letting them have their pipeline and shutting down ours, we wouldn't have to pay 32% more for eggs. And that's all I have to say.
Dagan, the judge brought receipts. Why is inflation worse in the United States than it is across the globe?
Because we had the worst combination monetary and fiscal stimulus. And I will point to what Joe Biden said. He also vilified ExxonMobil today. So how's that going to look when he goes groveling to Saudi Arabia to beg on his knees, figuratively, the crown prince to pump more oil, which the administration did last August after taking a hatchet to every corner of our energy industry. His position is still calling it Putin's tax and Putin's price hike. That simply says nothing will get done out of this clown. Nothing will happen. There is no plan to fix this. And it's important that on the fiscal side, that the White House and the left-wing liberals running the Senate and Congress for now do something to pull back, like get rid of the moratorium on the student loan payments. That is literally a handout to rich lawyers and doctors, but they're still doling out that money. Schumer's talking about trying to cobble together some bits and pieces of Build Back Better to the tune of $1.3 trillion. That's terrible for inflation. What's happening is because they won't do anything, and I don't know why I'm looking at the judge just because she looks so fantastic. The danger is it's all falling on the Federal Reserve, and that means there will be, as if we already haven't seen it this year, financial Armageddon. When you start jacking up interest rates and burning money, then you are going to have a complete and utter financial and economic collapse. So we're hurting now, and we're going to keep hurting months ahead.
Sean, I want to pick up on what Dagan said about the forgiveness of college loans is a handout to the rich. As we know, inflation is a regressive tax on the poor. The brand of Democrats being the party of the working class has to have expired.
Oh, absolutely. So if you look at the Donald Trump economy, poor people got richer, the middle class expanded under Joe Biden, which, by the way, it's not big business, it's big government that's brought us here. 1.7 trillion in COVID money, 1.2 trillion in infrastructure spending, attacking oil and gas, per Dagan's point. This has been disastrous. By the way, can I say 12% for groceries? I don't know where they're getting that number because I go to the grocery store and I shop for 9 people. It's not. I'm paying like 50% more, 80% more for groceries. I would love to only pay 12% more for groceries. That's not what's the real prices in our grocery stores. Something's wrong.
That's the highest for groceries since 1979. And to compare Biden to Jimmy Carter at this point is an insult to Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, take responsibility, per Dagan's point, and come up with plans that'll actually fix the problem. You just can't blame everybody and say, there's nothing I can do about it.
Yep. Big meat, big oil, big shipping, pop them.
Big lumber.
All right, coming up, as shocking crime in Sandy sweeps the nation, a teen girl is shot while doing her homework and is now calling out liberal leaders. You got to hear it next.